First time around for Doug Ashford, 16.337. That is fifth quickest. He'll look for more here on lap number 2 as he heads down into turn number 3. Here comes Ashford out of turn number 4, coming to the line. Can he pick it up from fifth? He does. One spot, 16.250. Fourth quickest for Doug Ashford.
Christian Herman coming down, getting ready to make his qualifying attempt. A regular at Riverhead Raceway. Coming to us here at Wall Stadium Speedway today from Jewett City, Connecticut. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, he'll see the green flag looking to knock off the fast time of 15.797 right now. That time by first lap, 7th quickest. He'll look to get some back here on his second lap. Checkered flag is out for Herman. Stays right where he is with a 16.954. Again, 7th quickest for Christian Herman. TJ Graves coming down in the 9. He is the 2025 four-cylinder champion here at Wall Stadium Speedway. Multi-time feature winner. TJ Graves out of Wall Township. This is home for him. Knows this track well, has competed here for a very long time. Finally captured that championship season here this past year. TJ Graves, 3rd quickest, that second time around, a 16.183. He'll jump up to compete with Ian Ashford and Carlos Grenier.
All right, Sal, on a Speedway now behind the wheel of the HPG Motorsports car number 52. Former champion, Alonso Morales. Alonso Morales at car number 52, making his final start behind the wheel of car number 52. Looking to go out a winner. See what he can do here under the clock. Morales also defending champion of the four-cylinder main event last year here at the Turkey Derby. Also won it in 2019, so knows how to get it done here on the High Banks. Here he comes out of turn number 4. 3rd quickest, 16.180 for Alonso Morales in car number 52. On the Speedway now. Driver loves to come here for the Turkey Derby and sometimes throughout the season. The 01, this one is Chuck McDonald. Chuck McDonald out of Groton, Connecticut. Chuck been supporting the Turkey Derby Wall Stadium for many, many years. But he loves racing here on the High Bank. See what he can do under the clock. Again, first to 2 for car number 01. First time around, 18.814 for Chuck McDonald. Okay, Chuck McDonald, 18.425. Now, a couple more cars coming down. Again, 31 cars set to take time.
Yeah, this is the 27 of Stephen Forgas, a top 10 points runner here this year at Wall Stadium. A local here, Englishtown, out of Englishtown, New Jersey, running it the Speedway weekly in the four-cylinder series. He'll take the green flag here, looking to do it again. Carlos Grenier looking to do it better than him. Get to the top spot here in time trials. That first lap puts him 9th quickest with a 16.650. Second time by, he's going to stay put in that 9th quickest positions for Stephen Forgas. Joe Pressey, another Wall Stadium regular. Pressey out of Wall, New Jersey. He was 7th in points here in the four cylinders at Wall Stadium this year. First time by, 13th quickest. He'll have a little bit of ground to make up here. Joe Pressey will be 12th quickest, picks up one spot with a 17.550. We'll get another couple of cars out here. Ryan Warren coming from Riverhead Raceway in that 02 car out of Mastic, New York. Ryan Warren, 12th quickest on his first lap. He'll get one more spot on that second time by, a 17.156, put him 11th quickest here as we continue qualifying for the Four Cylinders Wall Stadium Speedway. The 52nd annual Turkey Derby weekend, starting things off right here with four-cylinder qualifying. Kevin Marr Jr., local and regular weekly racer here at Wall Stadium Speedway. He's out of Lenoka Harbor, New Jersey. We've seen him run here. An 8th place points finish for Kevin Marr. Going to see what he can do here as he takes the green flag, looking for some quick times. Marr bringing it around 13th quickest for his first lap. He'll jump up 11th quickest that time by 17:033 for Kevin Marr Jr. Owen Farewell in the 86 four-cylinder here, looking to put down some qualifying times. Cruises off at turn 4 and sees the green flag. Corey Caddick coming down in the 27X. It's from Richmond, Rhode Island. A regular racer at the new London Waterford Speed Bowl. See what he can do here on the high banks at Wall Stadium Speedway. Corey Caddick, 9th fastest on his first lap of 16.377. Looks like he's carrying a lot of good speed here through the center of the corner through turns 3 and 4. Going to push it all the way to the top here, take checkered. He'll stay 9th quickest. Good run there from Corey Caddick in the 27. '39 of Eric Mancini, a regular competitor here at Wall Stadium Speedway in the four cylinders. Was a 9th place points finisher during his 2025 season. He'll take the green flag for his first of 2 qualifying laps. Mancini 11th quickest on his first lap. He'll stay put in 11th there. 16.424 for Wall Stadium regular Eric Mancini. The 69Z of Ryan Zukowski now on track, getting ready, warming up the tires for his qualifying laps. Zukowski coming to us to Wall here today from Riverhead. From Riverhead, races at Riverhead, looking to make an impact here at Wall Stadium as he takes the green for his first qualifying lap. Zukowski goes to 3rd quickest, 16.117. That puts him just behind Ian Ashford and Carlos Grenier. See if he can get to the top of the board this time by almost. He's going to knock Ian Ashford out of that 2nd position, running a 15.932 that 2nd lap. It's a great run Ryan Zukowski has to be pleased with that qualifying effort. He'll head to the pit. So we've got the 99 of Steven Bruno getting ready to make some laps. Steven Bruno, Wall Stadium Speedway regular as well, travels to us here each and every week from Smyrna, Delaware. Endures the trek up every single week, racing here at Wall Stadium. A little bit of smoke coming off the back of it for Steven Bruno there. Just going to keep it through 3 and 4. Fourteenth quickest on his first lap. Going to get one spot back there to be 13th quickest, a 16.508 for Steve Bruno. Anthony Moran of the 12 car coming out here. From Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Oh, trouble for him there in turns 2 and 3. Gets down onto the bottom track. That's not going to treat his first qualifier too well. Gathered it up. Looks like he's going to get some good speed coming back to the line for his final lap of qualifying. Moran does it better on his second try, 19th quickest with a 17.450. Joe Warren coming from Riverhead, from Mastic Beach, New York here this weekend. One of the top invading drivers here when they race in this division. Somebody to definitely keep your eyes open for. Was a winner here in 2021, so backing up that speed with some pedigree right here at Wall Stadium. First lap for Joe Warren. Gets himself up to 9th quickest, a 16.301. Does it one better. His second lap, 8th fastest, 16.285 for Joe Warren, coming from Riverhead, ready to make some noise here at Wall Stadium this weekend. Michael Muse in the 07. Coming out of Riverhead down here to invade Wall Stadium. Races at Riverhead Raceway regularly. It's a good run. 10th quickest, 16.339 that first lap. Tenth quickest there for Muse. Billy Pross, Wall Stadium regular race winner here at Wall in 2025. Coming around to get his first lap in. Racing here each and every week, coming from Dayton, New Jersey. Billy Pross captured a late win here this season. He's got a lot of speed. He's up to second on the board, 15.813. Knocks off Ryan Zukowski. Looked like he could have done it one better, but he's going to stay put. Second quickest for Billy Pross. Saligori out here on track. He's a weekly regular here at Wall Stadium with a win. Saligori famous for jumping down off the car after a win and doing Asphalt Angels in victory lane. So it'll be exciting to see if he can get himself up here in qualifying and back in victory lane during Turkey Derby weekend. Ligori 8th quickest on his first lap with a 16.225. Brings it around on that second lap, gets another spot, 4th quickest, 15.942, up from that first lap. Great effort by weekly regular Sal Ligori. Steven LeCicero out here now. Luke Zapula, a regular contender. Apologize, that's Steven LeCicero in the 58. Cicero with a 17.686 qualifying effort there. Michael Mius out here in the 13. Michael Mius and Michael Mius Jr. both running here this weekend at Wall Stadium. Mius getting around here, 18.263, his final qualifying time effort. Final car of the qualifying session here, the 99. This is Corey Edelman. Coming from Walnutport, Pennsylvania, a regular racer at Mahoning Valley Speedway. It's a Civic in the back and a Ford Fusion in the front. He's going to try to put some quick lap times down here, saving the best for last maybe. Dirt tracking it there a little bit through turns 1 and 2. Collects it going down the backstretch there. Edelman 21st quickest here, 17.151. grabs his final lap. He grabs 12th fastest, 16.328 for Corey Edelman. Carlos Grenier, the recipient of the Port Jersey Logistics bonus, $300 bonus for fast time here in qualifying. Port Jersey Logistics, the usual sponsor for the modifieds here weekly at Wall Stadium Speedway, putting up a little bit of extra cheese for these drivers to get around here quick in the four-cylinder division to get ready for their race here today at Turkey Derby weekend.
Okay, Sal, so congratulations, Carlos Grenier. Waiting here from New Hampshire. Quick time, $300 from the great folks at Port Jersey Logistics, our Saturday night modified sponsor. Coming on the Speedway now will be the Legend cars. Looks like we have two heats coming down here in just a few moments, rolling down onto the Speedway. Here see the 64 and Devin Deshaies, Dustin Gagne in the 11M. Again, he's invading here from Waterford Speed Bowl up in Connecticut. Glad to have him here at Wall Stadium here this afternoon. Spoke with Dustin Gagne last weekend in the practice. His first time here at Wall Stadium Speedway. Said he absolutely loves the track. He's a regular at the Waterford Speed Bowl up in Connecticut. Okay, Legend Cars coming out of Speedway, first of two qualifying heat races. Starting on a pole behind the wheel of car number one. He regularly here on Saturday nights, racing out of Point Pleasant. It'll be Thomas Schwartz. Lined up on the outside, semi-regular car number 78 from White House Station, New Jersey. It is Justin Tarasak. Third starting spot at a Harrisville, Rhode Island. And a regular at the Waterford Speed Bowl. Also the champion late model division of Devin Deshaies. On the outside, racing out of New Hampshire, car number 57 is Todd Randlett.
34 car coming down the ramp here, regular at Evergreen, Lars Wilson. On his outside, the 11M of Dustin Gagne. The 92 car, Ed Stadlander coming from Riverhead. 16 Wall Stadium regular, Chris Gall. The 5 car is Aubrey Wasco out here on track, ready for this heat race. Running out of Waterford, a regular at the Speed Bowl.
Okay, 8 lap citizens, first of two qualifying. Aubrey Wasco, 17-year-old driver, formerly raced at the quarter midget. Again, the stepping stone from the quarter midgets. Here she's trying her hand in the Legend cars. Glad to have her here as well at the Turkey Derby. Thomas Schwartz heading to the pits in car number 1.
That's Devin Deshaies up there on your screen if you're watching on FloRacing. 18 years old, multi-class champion. Somebody that we're going to keep our eye on all weekend long here in this first heat race. All right, everybody side by side here, getting ready. Green flag next time by. Deshaies on the inside, Terasek on the outside.
You see Schwartz joins in at the rear field. Set, looks like one more time around at least. Get the cars in the correct start order. Deshaies is 64, Terasek in the 78. Starter Warren Alston saying next time we're going green. Pick out your favorite driver, cheer him on. 8 laps of distance, first of 2 qualifying heat races for the Legend cars. Here for day 1 of the 2-day Turkey Derby 52 Wall Stadium Speedway. Green flag is out. Side by side to come out of turn 2 now. Deshaies takes the inside line. Terasek challenging up on the outside off turn number 4.
Deshaies looking to get clear of him here. This
time. We got a spinner. Caution is out. Chris Gull involved with the number 57 of Todd Randlett. Both drivers able to pull away into their own power.
The battle between Deshaies and Terasek was just starting to heat up as that incident unfolded. Lars Wilson in the 34 kept the pressure on as the two of them battled for the lead in the early laps here of this heat race.
Okay, 1 lap complete, 7 laps remain. Devin Deshaies is 64. Justin Terasek in the 78 will bring us down for the restart. Here they come. Looking for the green. Green flag is out. Lars Wilson takes over that second spot. Terasek back to 3rd. Justin Gagne is 4th out of turn number 4.
Deshaies getting a great jump there, able to let the drivers behind them angle with each other and gets out to a little bit of a gap here now in the lead as Wilson's got a little bit of work to do to track him down.
The driver out of Harrisville, Rhode Island is your leader. Motors down the back into turn number 3. Wilson trying to reel him in halfway. 4 down, 4 to go for your leader. Tarasak third. 4th is the number 11 of Dustin Gagne. 5th is one of Thomas Schwartz, who had a pit earlier, but now up to 5th in car number 1. Best battle on the track is for 3rd between Tarasak and the number 11 of Dustin Gagne.
Yeah, Dustin Gagne has been looking glued to the bottom of that corner through 3 and 4. Tarasak drifting up just a little bit each lap. A little bit of daylight there for Gagne. Not quite able to stick his nose in. He's going to do it here on the entry to 3. White flag is out. Gagne is going to get the pass on Tarasak.
Devin Deshays. Motors down the back, and here comes Schwartz looking to open the door underneath the 78 of Tarasak. Deshays comes out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Lars Wilson will take 2nd. 3rd will be the number 11 of Dustin Gagne. Then the 78 Tarasak finishing 4th. Then the 1 of Thomas Schwartz will finish right behind. Then Aubrey Wasco, Todd Landlet, Chris Gall, and the 92 of Ed Statlander. Well, a good run for Devin Deshays, the invading driver out of Waterford Speedbowl in Connecticut. Racing out of Harrisville, Rhode Island, taking down the first qualifying heat race for the Legend cars. Okay, cars coming down for the 2nd qualifying heat race for the Legend cars.
Front of the field here, it's Jaden Glenister in the 14X. Regular racer at Riverhead, 6th in points. On the outside, it's the 74 of Trevor Ranlett. Coming all the way from New Hampshire to be here for the Turkey Derby. The 22 JF, it's Tanner Jones, the defending Turkey Derby Legends winner here from last year. In the 4NJ, it's Jeff Stevens. The 18 car is Jeff Ferrugia. Ferrugia 4th in points at Riverhead Raceway. A lot of competitive Legends drivers out here coming from Long Island to invade Walsh Stadium Speedway for Turkey Derby weekend. The 50 car, Anthony Marsh, one of the only drivers to steal a regular season win from track champion Mike Alcaro. 88, it's Chris Sinatro in the 5. That's the 12 out there, Brandon Martinez. Bringing up the rear of the field here as we get everybody into formation.
A lot of Long Island drivers always make it to the Turkey Derby. They are always a threat to win. They've been here to Victory Lane many times. You look at some of the past winners come out of Long Island. Kyle Elwood is racing here in the Tour Type Modifieds, as is Timmy Solomito, Richie Davidowitz. Always run near the top. So keep an eye on this qualifying heat race. Lannister, Anthony Marsh, he was 2nd in points at Riverhead this season, as Sal noted. Mike Alcaro won every Legend car feature this season with the exception of one, and the man who beat him was Anthony Marsh. Again, 2nd in points this year at Riverhead. Chris Sinatro comes on here on occasion behind the wheel of car number 88. The winner at Evergreen Speedway this season. And also Jeff Ferrugia, no stranger here, the Walsh Stadium Speedway, 4th in points. Once again, 8 laps will be the distance. 2nd qualifying heat race for the Legend cars. Okay, set to go. Bid in Glenister, Trevor Randler will bring us down for the start. Once again, 8 laps of distance. Starter Warren Olsen with the green in hand. Green flag is out.
Glenister and Jones glued to the bottom of the track there, looking good through turns 1 and 2. 18 of Jeff Ferrugia gets the spot. Gonna run third here as they come across the track to complete lap 1. Those 3 cars getting out and away a little bit. Tanner Jones gonna apply some pressure on Glenister. He was right to his bumper there as they were going through turns 3 and 4. Gonna look for an opportunity to give himself an opportunity to make this pass, perhaps. Looking to the high side and the low side, anywhere he can see daylight. He's got pressure from behind, though. Jeff Ferrugia is going to make this a 3-car battle for the lead. Jones gets just enough underneath through turns 1 and 2. Can he do it again in 3 and 4? He's going to try to stick it to the bottom on Glenister. Glenister able to evade a little bit of the pressure, get back to the lead. He was right on his quarter there, Jones, for a couple of laps. Jones continuing to push the issue on Glenister for the lead here. All that battling for top spot. It's Jeff Ferrugia who's waiting in the wing for one of these 2 leaders to maybe make a mistake, slip up as they battle one another in this heat race. White flag is out. Jones going to give him a little bit of a shove there on the exit of turn 2, dive it down into 3 and 4. He's got the bottom side of the track, but it's Glenister winning the heat race. Glenister, Jones, Ferrugia, 1, 2, 3. Jeff Stevens, Brandon Martinez, Anthony Marsh, Chris Sinatro, Trevor Randlett finishing behind that very fierce battle for the lead here in this second heat race.
Well, Jaden Glenister, after taking the second qualifying heat race for the Legend Cars, he'll pull back to the pit area, make some last-minute adjustments, and hope to go home. Legend Car Championship here at Cherokee Derby 52. Wall modified, set to come back out. Here you see the 73 car. That'll be Ricky Collins. As it says Paulie Hartwig, it is not Paulie Hartwig. Not old enough to race here in New Jersey on the big track. It'll be Ricky Collins behind the wheel of the Hartwig Racing car number 73. Okay, so we're getting set. First car on the Speedway for Wall Modified Time Trials, regularly here on Saturday nights. And the Hammer Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, car number 54 out of Little Falls. It is Sean Carrig. Sean Carrig, car number 54.
All right, Sean Carrig takes the green flag for lap number 1 around the High Banked Oval. Sean Carrig in the 54, ready to be the fast timer in this division for at least one time. .269 for Sean Carrig. Drops it down a little bit. Gary, what'd he get?
12.745. Second car coming on the Speedway. Driver out of Preston, Connecticut. We call him Mad Max Zackham in car number 20, again out of Preston, Connecticut. Won a big race this season at the Stafford Motor Speedway in the SK division. He's under the green, first to 2 for Max Zackham in car number 20.
And Gary, since we have plenty of number 20s in this division, he is being scored as the 20Z.
First time around for Max Zackham, 12.913. Stevens got a little bit more. Team Motors down the back into turn number 3. Zackham brings a 20 out of turn number 4, coming to the line. Quick time so far, 12.639 for the driver of car number 20.
All right, Gary, next up, be a regular here at Wall Stadium. Car number 38 is Jared DeJohn Tommaso. DeJohn Tommaso hailing from nearby Jackson, New Jersey. And car 38 will take the green flag for the first of 2 laps right now.
$13.077 first time around for car number 38, Jarrett D. Jarrett brings the 38 out of turn 4 to complete lap number 2 at the line. Quicker, second quick overall so far, 12.734.
All right, moving on to Speedway now, a driver from Brick Township, a local racer we haven't seen for a while, but he's back in action with a beautiful white number 26. That is Dominic Fataruso. Dom Fataruso in the 26. His brother Ray is scheduled to race in the Sportsman division this weekend as well with the car number 26. Fataruso looking for Wall North's green flag. He's underway. For taking at least a season, if not more, off. Looking nice and smooth out of turn 4. 1 lap in the books. Gary, what time did he turn?
13.102 first time around for Dominic Fataruso in that beautiful car number 26. Here he comes out of turn number 4. He'll complete lap number 2. And he'll stay there with a 12.928.
Not bad, Gary. I would say Dom hasn't lost anything after a layoff of at least 1 season. On the Speedway now, car number 73, one of many entries from Hartwig Motorsports this weekend. In this number 73, time trialing 5th, will be Ricky Collins, a Pennsylvania driver, semi-regular here. Collins takes the green flag. He is underway.
Yeah, Ricky unfortunately had problems with his Tour Type Modified. Happy to pick up a ride in the Hartwig Racing number 73 for the Wall Modified main event. First time around, well, 13 checked out, 13.284 for car number 73.
All right, Collins looking smooth through 3 and 4. Checker flag out for Ricky Collins.
$13.366, 5th overall for Ricky Collins.
Here's a guy who knows his way around this racetrack quite well. Multi-time driving champion. Multi-time feature winner. He's won almost every big race here, including the one in memory of his dad, Cliff Krause. 27 is Andrew Krause. Krause up out of the groove a bit in turn 3 and 4. There's a white flag. 1 more lap. Gary, what did he turn that first lap?
First time around. $14.302. Second time around, 13.365.
All right, coming out 7th for time trials, car number 31D, Derek Stachecki. 31D, Derek Stachecki. That reminds me of a driver who raced here oftentimes, Jim Stratecki. And I wouldn't doubt Jim Stratecki's in the grandstands today watching the action. In
Absolutely.
The 07.
Remember that very well, my early days coming here to Wall Stadium Speedway. The 07 Jim Stratecki.
And the last time I drove past his house in Howell, that 07 car was still sitting on a trailer in his yard.
Well, maybe we'll see it sooner than later in the Garden State Vintage Stock Car Club. A lot of great cars. Stachecki, first time around, seemed to have a problem with that car. 14.788 for the driver of car number 31. Second time around, 14.030. Definitely seemed to be some problems underneath the hood of car number 31.
Car 31 appearing to be misfiring a bit. I'm sure he'll get some attention once back in the pit area. Moving on to Speedway now, car number 15. A local, a regular, Mike Brennan in the 15.
Brennan Brothers Contracting sponsor car number 15. Beautiful car for Mike Brennan.
All right, Mike Brennan takes the green flag. He's underway for lap 1 of 2. Rich Marr signals 1 lap to go. 13.761, I believe. 13.761. Picked up the pace a bit. Looks like 13.214. The quicker lap of the 2 for Mike Brennan's number 15. Once again, an occasional racer here at the Speedway. All ready to go for the wall modifieds this weekend on Turkey Derby 52. Car 43 is Ron Freeze. Ron Freeze, he's a former street stock champion here at the Speedway. Ron Freeze takes the green flag from Rich Marr for the first of 2 laps. There's a white flag for Ron Freeze. Looks like 13.514. And he picks up the pace, 12.511, I believe, in the second time by for 43 of Ron Freeze.
Next driver to come on to Speedway in the John Bloat Incorporated Autoland sponsor car number 33, now racing out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Karsten D. Giant Tommaso. Won some big races on the track, including the Garden State Classic. Cranks it hard off a 4. Under the green, first to 2. Will hurt him a little bit here on lap number 1.
All right. Lap number 2 seems to be a lot better for all these drivers. Tires get a little bit warmer.
Yeah, first time around for Carson, 13.476. This is going to be his money lap. Needs to make it count as he motors down the back into turn number 3. Here he comes out of turn number 4 to the line. Karsten D. Yeah, what a good lap. Second time, second quickest, 12.664 for speed racer Karsten D. Giant Tommaso.
All right, driver making his second start of the year here. Has those stickers on all the way around. We see the white stickers on those tires. Car number 45 from Howell Township is Chris Reynolds. Car number 45. The 11th driver to take the green flag in modified time trials. All right, Chris Reynolds having trouble out of turn 2. This will not be his best lap. 16.517. This will be a better lap this time by.
Time for Chris Reynolds, 13.384. That is 10th quickest overall for the driver of car number 45. On the Speedway now. Driver from nearby Formula Farmingdale, now out of Jackson. Well-known motocross driver along with his dad, Mickey. Behind the wheel of car number 49, it is Dakota Kessler. Dakota Kessler. In the Kessler Excavation, Fluid, Scrap, and Waste Recycling, car number 49. First time around for Dakota Kessler, 8th quickest, 13.283. Here comes Kessler out of turn number 4. Looking to pick it up, and he'll pick it up one spot, 13.042. 7 quickest for car number 49. Coming on to the Speedway now, he is our 2025 Wall Stadium Speedway track champion. Out of Mayetta, New Jersey, this is Tyler Truex. Tyler Truex. He won our big Cliff Krause Memorial back in August. He's looking to take down the Turkey Derby here this afternoon. He has a busy schedule as well. He'll be racing in 3 different divisions. But first, he'll look to take the pole in a Wall Modified main event qualifying. First time around, 7 quickest, 13.024. And the Dover Contracting number 69 brings that out of turn number 4, the complete lap number 2. Third quickest for Tyler Truex, 12.684. The next driver to come down, well-known name in Northeast and even the South, Modified Racing, one of the big winners for the last 15 years. They call him Big Money. He's won the pole for this race in that exact car. From Northampton, Pennsylvania, Big Money, Matt Hirschman. Hirschman, also the defending race winner, going back to last season in car number 41. First time around for Big Money. Right to the top of the charts on lap number 1, 12.593. And there's a lot of money on the line for the quick timer here in the Wall Modified Time Trial. Blistering second lap, 12.370. Matt Hirschman setting the mark. We still have several cars to go, including this one, car number 14, one of the top runners here on Saturday nights. It is Blake Barney. Jeff?
Hey, back to Matt Hirschman in a moment. I don't believe that's a brand new race car either. Proving you don't need one, a brand new car that is, to go fast. Blake Barney ready to go fast. Car number 14, the 15th car on the Speedway for time trials for the Wall Modifieds. He is underway. .826 seconds the first time around. 12.826 for Blake Barney. .660. Third fastest for Blake Barney. Of course, that red number 14 from the famous Barney Racing Stables. Gary?
Okay, next driver coming onto the Speedway. Another standout young driver in modified competition. He's a Wheeler Modified Tour champion here for 2025, racing in a car prepared by the Blewett Motorsports team. Out of Northampton, Pennsylvania, this is Austin Beers. Austin Beers, car number 5. In the County Line Auto Body, John Blewett Incorporated, car number 5. Same color scheme, Jeff. This car, when John Blewett III made his debut in Turkey Derby action back in the early 90s, the same color scheme. Now Austin Beers an opportunity here. He's 8th quickest on lap number 1, but a 12.891. See what Austin can do here on lap number 2. He brings it out of turn number 4 to the line. And 6th quickest for Austin Beers in car number 5. 12.716 is the quick time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, I think right now will be the first time this driver has been in competition in about a year. I consider time trials competition. Car number 24 is Showtime Jimmy Blewett. Jimmy Blewett in the 24. Well-documented medical trials over the past year, which he has conquered. He's out here in the lane racing. Number 24, Gary, what's his first lap?
First time around for Showtime Jimmy Blewett, 12.839. That is 9th quickest. He'll have to pick it up considerably to challenge Matt Hirschman for the top spot as he brings it off of turn number 4. 5th quickest for Jimmy Blewett at 12.670 behind the wheel of car number 24.
And again with Jimmy Blewett, I guess he hasn't lost anything with a year's layoff. All right, on the track next. Racing police officer, the 27L is Adam LaCicero. Adam LaCicero takes the green flag in car number 27L down the backstretch. He goes looking nice and smooth. An occasional competitor here during the regular season. 13.416. 13.416 first time by for LaCicero. $13.084 that time by for Adam LaCicero, so a little better the next time. Here's a Wall Township racer. Hammer, heating, cooling, number 7. Tyler Ferris. Tyler Ferris on the track in car number 7. And he takes green flag for Rich Marr. .937 the first time for Ferris. 12.798, a bit faster for Tyler Ferris. I believe that puts him 10th quickest. All right, here's a former factory stock champion that's been racing the modifieds the past couple of years. Local racer in the 27B, Brian O'Shea. There may be a transponder issue with this car. Well, apparently this team car to Andrew Krause's having an issue with the scoring transponder. He is fortunate enough to go back to the pits, but if you have a problem with your transponder on the Parkway, probably going to cost you $50 plus a 50-cent fee.
Yeah.
And O'Shea unsure of what's going on, but the officials telling him to head back to the pits. Black flag being displayed. Again, no transponder, no way to score car number 27. So the next car scheduled to come out, no doubt one of the best here at Wall Stadium Speedway in time trials with big power under the hood. The Martino Race Engines, car number 9, Red Bank's Tommy Martino Jr. set to come out of Speedway now in car number 9.
And back to O'Shea. Yes, that transponder very much like what you use on the Parkway.
Absolutely, Jeff. But I'll tell you, there is a lot of money on the line here for the Fast Time Award. About $700 for the driver who's quickest in time trials. Right now, the 41 Matt Hirschman currently sits at the top, and Martino Jr. goes for a loop in turn number 4. Tommy Martino Jr. will go backwards a little bit. And now he'll get it turned in the right direction. You see the replay just going there around in turn 3 and 4. Now gets it righted. And under the green for car number 9, Tommy Martino Jr. Don't count him out yet, Jeff.
Okay, car number 9, Martino. What lap did he turn, Gary?
12.928, 13 quickest on lap number 1. Let's see what he has here on lap number 2. Brings the number 9 out of turn number 4. Always fast here in time trials. Not fast enough tonight. He is 8th quickest, 12.728 for car number 9.
All right, on the Speedway now. Former driving champion in the legend cars as well as the modifieds. He is from Milltown, New Jersey, in the Mertens Jewelers, number 17. They call him D-Hop, Derek Hopkinson. D-Hop underway with car number 17, looking strong down the backstretch. One lap in, 12.793, that lap for Derek Hopkinson. Checker flag waves. Well, not bad. 12.542, which is second fast for D-Hop, Derek Hopkinson.
Jeff, another driver who's very quick when it comes to time trials, a regular here on Saturday nights in the McCarthy Marine Sales. Harpoon Willie's car number 20 out of nearby Bricktown. It is Fast Eddie McCarthy. McCarthy brings a 20 out of turn number 4, first time around. 12 quickest, 12.794. Fast Eddie out of turn number 4. 8th quickest, 12.704 is the quick time for car number 20. Coming on to Speedway now, a 3-time feature winner this season in the Pete and Elvis Carmen's Pizzeria. GF United, SR Fabrications, car number 55 out of Jackson. It is Stephen Reed.
And Gary, Stephen Reed back in 2024 had an off season, no wins. And when he first won this year, he said, what a relief. I wondered if I'd ever win again. Well, he did, and I think he will again. 12.827 that first time by for Stephen Reed. See if he picks up the pace out of turn 4. Checker flag waves. 12.481. Good enough for second place in time for Stephen Reed.
Okay, next driver on the track had his career first modified feature event win earlier this summer, the Garden State Honda. County Line Auto Body, Blewett Recycling, car number 76. They call him the operator. This is 17-year-old James Blewett.
Yes, Gary, apparently this is a young man's sport, and this young man is fast.
Is the 4th member of the Blewett family to win a modified feature event here at the High Banks of Wall Stadium Speedway. First time around. 4th quickest first time around, 12.635. James Blewett threatening for the top spot. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Can he take it away from Matt Hirschman? No, he'll move to 3rd quickest, 12.520 for James Blewett in car number 76.
All right, here's a second-generation driver. His dad, Chris, raced here, I guess, back in the 90s. I kind of hate to say that because I announced him. Anyway, young driver, car number 74, Jonathan LeRae. Jonathan LeRae, the 74, takes that green flag. He's underway. All right, LeRae smooth out of 4. First lap in the books. 13.141 the first time, 13.141 second time. $12.855 second time for Jonathan LeRae. On the Speedway now, a former driving champion here at the Speedway. Garden State Classic winner and much, much more. Car number 16 is Anthony Sesley. Once again, an occasional racer here at the Speedway, but he knows his way around this third-mile paved oval well. 12.714, 12.789, 12.679, you know, back there in the 90s and 80s. I bet you I could have read those numbers right off of that monitor. Gary, who do you got next?
Okay, regular here on Saturday nights. In an Elke Roofing, Causeway Glass, Sonny's Recycling, car number 00, racing out of Manahawkin. This is Jake Nelke. First time around for Jake Nelke, 13.178. Out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 2 at the line. Nelke picks it up a little bit, 12.997, 20th quickest overall. Now coming on the Speedway, a driver who was out just a short time ago, but apparently some issues with the scoring transponder. He'll get 2 laps. He's running as a teammate to Andrew Krause at Supreme Manufacturing Oval Speed Unlimited. Car number 27 out of Wall Township. It is Brian O'Shea. O'Shea now into the greens, first of 2. See what he can do with car number 27.
O'Shea looking steady there through turns 3 and 4. Coming off turn 4 to the white flag. First lap puts him 23rd quickest with a 13.146. Coming around with a little extra juice. Gonna move him up. 18th fastest, Brian O'Shea, a 12.858 here. Last car, the Wall Mods, to make that qualifying effort.
Okay, looks like that will complete qualifying for the Wall Modifieds. And as we said before, we do have some fast time awards. So, the awards, $300 courtesy of Schultz Racing Fuel Cells. That's Rob Schultz. An additional $300 from the Port Jersey Logistics, which is our modified sponsor throughout the 2025 seasons. And an additional $100, memory of my brothers Greg and Thor Larson, for my brother Paul and myself. It's $100 on a plaque. So a total of $700 on a plaque will be going to the driver who set fast time out of Northampton, Pennsylvania, Matt Hirschman. He's done it many times before. He's done it again here this afternoon. So congratulations to our fast timer, the Wall Modified. It is Matt Hirschman. Okay, factory stock set to come down. The Canada Dry factory stock division coming down for time trials. It looks like we're looking for 27 cars set to come down and take time. Sal and Jeff will bring you through the call of those 27 cars. And again, we're looking for a fast timer here. Again, $300 for the fast time, courtesy of our good folks at Port Jersey Logistics. Sal and Jeff, take it away.
A huge thanks out there to everybody who's watching from home on FloRacing. We're glad you're tuned in here on a beautiful Friday afternoon for the 52nd annual Turkey Derby. This is the 75th year of racing here at Wall Stadium Speedway. For those of you unfamiliar or uninitiated to the quarter-mile high-banked oval here in Wall Township, New Jersey. We'll get some qualifying laps in here for young Alex Rogers, a feature winner here in 2025 in the factory stocks.
And Sal, Alex, dad, Steve Rogers, raced and won here. As his grandfather, that is his grandfather, Steve. His dad, Mark Rogers, has raced and won. His uncle, Danny, expert mechanic.
A family legacy of racing here as Alex puts down a 16:015 for his first time by.
Boy, Sal, you can see that from way over there, huh? Lap number 2 for Alex Rogers. 15.935. Impressive. Much faster second time for Alex Rogers. Cold tires and a cold racetrack don't mix real well, so second lap has been kind of better through all these time trials.
Yeah, that first one, everybody's slipping and sliding just a little bit, but as the tires heat up and the track rubs in a little bit, we'll have some fast times the second time by. Coming around for the first time, it's the 82 of John Carpenter taking the green flag.
Johnny Carpenter, a big winner here at the Speedway, has won a lot. Got a daughter who's now racing. And Johnny Carpenter's still getting around the track quickly. He goes right to the top. 15.918, 15.918.
There's going to be a lot of fast factory stocks out here. Johnny Carpenter looking to do himself one better. And he does, a 15.720 for Johnny Carpenter in that 82 machine. Another family legacy of racing here. Himself and his daughter, as Jeff said, competing here weekly.
Sal, are you reading those times off the scoring pylon or off the monitor?
My eyes aren't as good as I make them sound like they are. So nice and close up here in the tower. We have all the nice scoring and timing information right in front of our eyes. We're going to be looking at the scoring and timing information for Logan Frazier in this 83 car as he takes his first lap of qualifying.
All right, Logan Frazier underway in car number 83. Down the back stretch looking smooth. He's a top runner here at the Speedway. $16,099, the first time by for Logan Frazier.
Yeah, Logan Frazier, 9th in points here, 2025. Well, as a winner, a feature winner. All that speed and experience from this past year, Logan Frazier going to be able to put down a 15.750. That'll make him second quickest thus far.
Sal, a former driving champion who has been limiting his racing to Turkey Derby weekend, driving that famous Marty Van Druten. Number 17 is Elliott Wall.
Elliott Wall taking the green flag here, coming to us locally from Beechwood, New Jersey. Sorry, Lake. Keeping it nice and smooth there. You hear him throttling up through turn 4. Elliott Wall's first lap. It's a 16.229 for that 17 car. Look to do himself a little bit better here on the second try. Checkered flag is out. Elliott Wall moves himself up one spot, make himself third quickest. So the 4 drivers that have qualified here so far today, a 15.894 for that 17 machine.
Sal, real interesting following social media. Former driver champion here, Scott Riggleman, posted just this past week. You can tell Elliott Wall will enter the Turkey Derby when he calls you at 9:30 at night to borrow parts. There you are. Car number 13 on the Speedway right now is Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis taking the green flag, coming all the way from Hamilton, New Jersey, down to the blueberry capital of the world, making his way up here to Wall Stadium for Turkey Derby weekend. He races here weekly, Stephen Davis. Slipping and sliding there a little bit off of turn 2, so maybe not the best lap for his first one. Going to try to do himself a little better here second time by. Stephen Davis holding it strong here on the exit of turn 4. Checkered flag is out. He's going to be the 5th quickest driver, 16.424 for Stephen Davis.
Hey, Sal, a lot of money up for grabs for a fast timer in this. Port Jersey Logistics posting $300. And race fans Kevin and Blaine Netterman posting $100 in memory of car owner John Weber. Back to you.
Back to the track, the 49, Jared Okerson Jr. in this 49 machine running out here. Himself, his father, both run here weekly at Wall Stadium. First lap by was a 16.915 for Jared Okerson. He'll see the checkered flag here. He's going to stay 6th quickest with a 16.611. That's second attempt.
Hey, by the way, car 13, you mentioned from the blueberry capital, Hamilton. A lot of race people here are thinking of Hamilton. They're thinking of Tony Siscone. Multi-time driving champion here, big Turkey Derby winner. And Tony still follows the sport. He might be watching on TV right now. So, hello, Tony Siscone.
Right now, we've got the 44X of Chas Okerson. For those of you who've been coming to Wall Stadium weekly, this car may look familiar to you. Was the car of factory stock champion, 2025 factory stock champion Shannon Monjo, but now with Chas Okerson behind the wheel here for the Turkey Derby. Car is always fast here in weekly competition. Chaz's first lap going to put him 5th quickest with a 16.039. See if he can't push it a little harder. He sure can, and put him up to 2nd quickest with a 15.721 right behind John Carpenter. I mean, almost a dead heat. 1/1000th of a second separating those two drivers for that pole position.
I believe Chas Okerson has about 10 championships here between pro stocks and modifieds. And am I correct, that car was out in practice without numbers and now it's been numbered?
That's right. Some teams doing tire swaps in their pit. Some teams laying down some fresh numbers on their car here. Whatever it takes to get things ready for Turkey Derby weekend. Whatever it takes for Kevin Flores to come out here and put down a good lap in that 86 car.
Tell you what, I'm so old. Back when somebody got a new car at the racetrack, they used duct tape to put the numbers on the car. Here they call their vinyl letterer in.
Still see a little duct tape from time to time. Kevin Flores first lap at 16.317. See if he can't do it a little better here coming off turn 4, a little slipping and sliding, really putting it down. Get him 4th quickest with a 15.864 for Kevin Flores. The 09 car coming down from the ramp onto the track. This is Scott Riggleman. Many-time over champion at Wall Stadium Speedway. Getting himself ready for Turkey Derby in that 09 machine. Scott and his wife, Nancy, both race here weekly in the Riggleman Racing factory stock machines.
Sal, I think Nancy's taking this weekend off. I saw on social media this morning her dropping him off at the Speedway and him walking into the back gate carrying his helmet bag.
Like dropping your kid off for their first day of school. Scott Riggleman dropping a 16:104 his first qualifying lap. Not so bad. 7th quickest overall. See if he can pick it up here. Checkered is out for his second lap. And he will jump up to 5th quickest of 15:879 for Scott Riggleman.
Definitely not his first day at school, that's for sure. Here's another former champion. Car number 12 NY, Mikey Montano. Many-time feature winner, track champion. I saw on social media he wondered if he remembered the way around the track.
Good news is it's all left.
And it's been the same way for 75 years.
Montano coming to us from Freeport, New York. Be here this weekend. First lap will put him 8th quickest, like we've been saying all afternoon. That first one really tough on these drivers as they're looking just to grab up as much speed as they can, get some heat in their tires. As Montano comes around for his final lap, it'll stay in 8th with a 15:942 qualifying time for that 12 NY machine. Now on the Speedway, the 25 of Kristen O'Shea, the O'Shea family racing cars. 25, there's Tim O'Shea, Brian O'Shea as well racing in the factory stocks here this weekend. So it's a family affair for the O'Sheas as she comes through. Ready to pick it up and get rolling here. First lap of qualifying. Kristen, a part-time local competitor here at Wall Stadium. She's from Howell, her and her family. A quick drive to the track for them every week, and a quick time, 11th quickest, actually, a 17:023. See if she can't get through turns 3 and 4 with a little more exit speed. Jumps up one spot, 10th quickest for Kristen O'Shea.
All right, next car moving on to the Speedway. Car number 05 is Alyssa Paparaki. Alyssa Paparaki, a new name here at the Speedway, if I am correct, Sal.
That's right, Alyssa coming from Rocky Point, New York. One of the Long Island invaders here at Wall Stadium this season. Weekend coming in, Turkey Derby. Races regularly at Riverhead, where she always has quite a bit of speed. She's going to show a little bit of that here with the 9th quickest qualifying time, 16:416. Paparaki wheeling and dealing there, coming up through the corner of exit of 4. Going to stay put in 9th quickest qualifying position. Sandwich between Mike Montano and Stephen Davis right now as we see the 28 car come down. That is Bob Anderton, a Wall Stadium Speedway regular from Howell.
Yep, car number 28, Bob Anderton, racing with his son in the factory stocks. His son Rob will be out in just a little while for time trial.
Bob Anderton, not such a bad season for him, racing a full year here weekly at Wall. 8th place in points to wrap up the year, a top 10 points finish for him. Bob Anderton, 10th quickest, a 16:132 the first lap by. Pushing the pace there through the corner. See checkers. 6th quickest, definitely gains a big Lump of speed there, 15.891 for Bob Anderton.
And Sal, of course, Sal Nicosia, and I'm Jeff Cravatt here on FloRacing. Gary Larson enjoying a slice of pizza right now. Great food here at the Speedway. He'll be back on the mic in just a little while. Next up, car number 4. Stephen Michael III.
Saw Steven out here practicing last week. They hadn't quite applied his number 4 to the side of that car just yet. But you can't miss this thing. Gives you a very nostalgic Interstate Batteries style looking throwback on here. Hopefully it gives him a little speed on the car this weekend as well.
He had a tough go last week, a little bit of smoke or steam out of the car. Back on the track now, however.
The 12th quickest his first time by. As he sees the checkered flag here, he's going to jump up to 11th quickest. This is 16.235 for Stephen Michael.
Okay, 22nd car moving out onto the Speedway now. No, it's not Old Timers Day, but in the 27T is Tim O'Shea. Tim O'Shea in the hot pink number 27T.
First time in the book for the 27 here. Goes up to 4th quickest with a 15.775. These O'Shea cars are fast all weekend long. See just how fast as there's a little slide off turn 4 and to the top of the board. 15.672 fast time for Tim O'Shea.
Well, Sal, judging by the performance of that car, I think that may be Brian O'Shea in the car. Nothing against Tim O'Shea, but I think that may be Brian driving that car going to the top of the board.
I think you're right, as we have the 72 of Joe Helberg now out here on track. Getting ready to see if he can take a bite out of the pole position, the fast time here to set the field for the Factory Stocks Turkey Derby weekend.
Joe Helberg, second-generation driver. His dad, J.R. Helberg, a big winner here in pro stocks and modern stocks over the year. Joe races with us on occasion. Seems to never really miss Turkey Derby.
No, and he's here, and he's 12th quickest so far through qualifying. See what his second lap gives him. He jumps up in a big way. 5th quickest, 15.813. Only here for the Turkey Derby, but knows his way around as he's going to jump up the leaderboard.
Car number 77 on the track now. This is a dirt track driver, a former dirt track driver, who brought his car here to race when we raced dirt modifieds on pavement. Took a liking to it, and he's a standout in factory stock action. 77 is Rob Anderton. His dad time trialed a little bit earlier.
Rob Anderton, a winner here in 2025 in the weekly series at Wall Stadium Speedway. Finished 6th overall in the point standings. So a good season for Rob Anderton. He's 6th quickest on his first lap, a 15.863. See what he can do second time around. Jumps up to 4th quickest. 15.735 is the time for Rob Anderton. Tom Rishkowski here in the 91 car. Coming from Fords, New Jersey, a Wall Stadium Speedway racer here on occasion. Got Pete Neldas on the side of that car, the 91. Making me hungry up here in the tower. A lot of great bites around the track here as we continue qualifying. Rajowski, 16th quickest. Rajkowski coming around here his second lap. He'll be 15th quickest that time.
Next one coming out on the Speedway, car number 06. Doug Bates in the 06, ready to go under the time clock. Rich Marr on the flag stand at the moment, waving the silks.
Bates coming by here. A little bit of a slip there, stumbling off of the exit of turn 4. Still good enough for 15th quickest. Bates looking to do it a little bit better that time through 3 and 4. He will get one spot better as 16.201 is the lap time. Good enough for 14th quickest. As we've got the 44 entering the track, that's Jared Okerson, part of this racing family here. The Okersons, Jared Okerson Jr., as well as Chaz Okerson racing here today in factory stocks for the 52nd annual Turkey Derby. Always a lot of speed out of their cars. The 44 with a win here this year as well for Jared Okerson in factory stock competition.
Sal, I believe that was a big win. And he had a big lead. And a car spun out, and everybody pulled up to him under caution. And it was his son who spun out to bring out the caution.
Sometimes that's just the way it works out, but able to get the job done. Most competitive when the lights were the brightest, and brought home that win for himself and his family this year at Wall Stadium. Jared Okerson was 13th quickest in that qualifying attempt as we're doing some updates as timing and scoring continues here for qualifying. It's the 27 now of Tim O'Shea.
There we are. We have Tim O'Shea. He'll take the green flag. Tim O'Shea from the famous O'Shea's Auto Repair in Wall Township. Says here, best kept secret, not any longer. He's on FloRacing now.
Tim O'Shea's first lap, a 16.372. Good enough for 18th quickest. He'll stay put right there, gaining a little bit on his lap time, but staying put in qualifying order. As we get the 15 of Brian Osborne coming down on track. Brian Osborne third in points in factory stock competition here at Wall Stadium's weekly series. He had 3 wins this year, knows his way around. Brian Osborne, one to watch anytime he's on track.
And I'll tell you, Sal, it's easy to know why he's learned well. His grandfather, Clint Osborne, a winner here. His dad, Glenn Osborne, a winner here. And he has followed in their footsteps. Brian Osborne in the 15, getting ready to complete lap number 1.
Osborne jumps up 14th quickest, 16.081 here as he gets things rolling. Putting his foot to the floor as he sees the checkered. 7th quickest on that second attempt. Brian Osborne much better than his first lap, and we'll see what he can do as we get closer to features here at Wall Stadium Speedway for the 52nd annual Turkey Derby weekend. '29 car out here on track right now, adorned in a Jimmy Johnson Lowe's-esque homage scheme. That's Kevin Kennedy taking his first lap of qualifying.
Kevin Kennedy may well be a candidate for most improved driver this year. Noticed him climbing up through the orders of finish as the season went on.
Kevin Kennedy, 10th in points for our weekly series here at Wall Stadium Speedway. He's 18th quickest right now in the qualifying order. Most improved throughout the year. Let's see how much he's improved on this second lap. Jumps up to 14th quickest with a 16:03.1 time. Well, Jeff, only a couple of cars left here in the factory stocks to put times down. We're getting closer and closer to feature time.
James Hall, the fourth, out next in car number 31.
James Hall going to look for that quick time here as time is running out in qualifying for factory stocks. He'll see the green flag. Hall's first lap here, good enough for 20th quickest. Going to want to make some gains on that here as a second lap. He sails it off into turn 3. Looking pretty steady there as he comes off of 4. He'll jump up 2 spots. 18th quickest with a 16:02.04. Nick Catone in the 98. Out here on track, ready to put some laps down from Brick, New Jersey. He is a part-time competitor here in the weekly series. Looking pretty good there through turns 1 and 2. He'll look to get some speed here. Don't be deceived. The entry to turn 3 is like a roller coaster, dipping down from the high side as you dive to the bottom, the preferred line. Nick Catone working himself an 18th fastest lap right there. Jumps up again there, his second lap up to 14th, 15.963 as he continues to prep that car, get things ready for the feature race here later today. Last but not least, the 88 of Chuck Jadacki out here to put down his qualifying time for the factory stocks. Fastest car, Brian O'Shea, turned to 15.672. See what Chuck Jadacki has for him. Jadacki coming around, seeing the white flag. Not quite the lap he wanted here. Look to do one better this second time by. Jadacki's lap good enough for 26th quickest here as we wrap up factory stock qualifying. Brian O'Shea, the fast time recipient here. Brian O'Shea, John Carpenter, Chaz Okerson, Rob Anderton, and Logan Frazier, all local Wall Stadium regulars here, running through the top 5 fastest cars, setting the field for later today. That $300 Fast Time Award from Port Jersey Logistics and the $100 Pastime Award in memory of John Weber from Kevin and Blaine Netterman. That'll go to Brian O'Shea here as we wrap this up.
Yeah, very generous. And we thank Port Jersey Logistics. Certainly, Brian O'Shea thanking Port Jersey Logistics for their $300. And also, Kevin and Blaine Netterman putting up $100 in memory of a good friend of many of us here at the Speedway, John Weber, who was the owner of car number 51, driven by Shannon Manjo to championships and many, many feature event wins. And also, I'd like to wish Kevin Netterman a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Kevin Netterman. Not only his birthday, but being generous as he always is, putting up $100 in memory of John Weber for the fast timer here in Factory Stock Time Trials. And again, that goes to car number 27, Brian O'Shea.
All right, don't go anywhere as the action continues right here live from Wall Stadium Speedway in Wall Township, New Jersey, and on FloRacing. Anywhere you can stream FloRacing, we're glad you're here in person and online with us, enjoying all of the action here from Turkey Derby 52. As we've got the ramp is getting ready to be loaded here, limited late models coming down to put down some qualifying efforts. Kevin Davidson rolling down onto the track, getting ready to put down a hot qualifying time. Kevin Davidson, someone who races in multiple series here at Wall Stadium Speedway. We see him a lot of the time in Sportsman, and Wall Modifieds on occasion. But in this number 10 limited late model here this weekend, looking to cash in on the Turkey Derby bonuses anywhere he can. Kevin Davidson, always someone to keep your eye on. A little bit of a slip there off the exit of turn 4, a 14.430 for Davidson.
Former sportsman champion many times over.
Checkered flag for Davidson, a 13.763. You can see just how much of a handful these cars can be, trying to accelerate through the center of these corners. The hands are always busy inside the car.
And don't forget, it's chilly. It's windy. Probably is where you're at. Where we're at in the tower, we have the air conditioner on, ladies and gentlemen. Sal?
They'll be knocking on the door here in just a few minutes. We keep telling them that. It's the 60 now out on track. The 60K of Kevin Kennedy in his limited late model. Misses off of the exit of 4. Going to go for a little bit of a spin down here right before the start-finish line on his warm-up lap. See if he can get it refired and righted back to get these qualifying laps in.
I believe that may be a car either from or currently owned by Tollett Racing. Mike Tollett, a former champion here. Back to the story about how warm it can be in this tower. No secret, I've been around Wall Stadium many years. I knew the original owner, promoter, Jenny Nichol, very well. It gets so warm in this tower. It's black, big windows, sun shining in. She used to bring all her flowers and plants from her home to sit in this window every day during the wintertime to keep them growing well. Okay, Kennedy back underway.
Yeah, Kevin Kennedy slow getting across the line there, took the green flag, so not an ideal first lap for him after that spin. Still a little bit slideways coming off of turn 4 for Kevin Kennedy, but it's a 15.065 for the driver of the 60K.
Car number 78, Sal, moving on the Speedway, is Brian Romig Jr. He is a regular at the Evergreen Speedway out in St. John's, Pennsylvania, although it's been called other things. St. John's, Pennsylvania, I think Hazleton they call it. We'll go with St. John's, that's what they have on their ads.
Romig wheeling and dealing in there, getting up just a little bit on the exit of turn 2 out of the groove. Able to get it to stick in there a little bit deeper. That second set of corners. It'll be a 14.753, his first lap. Second time by. It's a 13.835 for Brian Romig. A veteran competitor, as we said, at Evergreen Raceway, coming to us from Checkensville, Pennsylvania. But it's always tough for those who come from near and far to really get two hands around Wall Stadium, the high banks here. Not like many other places in the tri-state area. That's what makes this event as big as it is each and every year for these drivers. As we see the 60 of Mike Tillett out here on track, ready to make his first lap of qualifying.
Tillett is a former driving champion, also known as the Rooster. Out here at Turkey Derby with white number 60.
Tillett with a win in the weekly series at Wall Stadium Speedway this year, 2025.
$14.435. That's the time for Mike Tillett. And again, these limited late model drivers having their hands full with cold tires on cold racetracks. Car number 25 going for a bit of a spin. That's young Ethan Brown. Car number 25, Pat Brown's son. Yes, it is. Pat has raced his car this year, and I believe Ethan was away at college. So, hey, everybody's home from college on Thanksgiving weekend. Here's Ethan Brown.
Ethan getting his first lap in underway here. Turkey Derby 52 on FloRacing and happening right before your eyes here at Wall Stadium Speedway this weekend, today and tomorrow. Make sure you're tuned in as Ethan Brown puts in a 14.420. Going to push it a little bit harder there through the corner of 4. Still third quickest. The 13.877 for Ethan Brown. Total of 14 cars set to qualify here for the limited late models, but it's number 99 of Ed Cheslak coming up here next. Coming from Rocky Point, New York. Cheslak always has good long-run potential here at Wall Stadium Speedway. Someone to keep your eyes open for if we get clean green racing here in the limited late model feature this weekend. His first lap, 14.619, good enough for 5th quickest. Moves up a spot, the Riverhead regular, to 14.092. Fourth quickest for that 99 machine. CJ Lehman out here now, ready to qualify. A regular at Riverhead Raceway as well. Lake Grove, New York is where he calls home. Lehman ready to put down his first lap. Part of this invading crew here from Riverhead Raceway. First lap's good enough for fifth quickest for CJ with a 14.122. Carrying a lot of speed here off of the turn 3. Carrying a lot of speed for CJ Lehman. He's at the top of the board, 13.763. Coming in from Riverhead Raceway, setting the fast time. He'll have the one to beat as 2025 track champion here at Wall Stadium Speedway, Ray Manieri, comes out ready to make qualifying laps. Manieri competing in a full season here, came all the way from Bayshore, New York each and every week, was crowned champion 2025, 3 wins to his name at this track, knows his way around. See if he can get it done now with CJ Lehman as the top spot to beat. First lap for Ray Manieri, 7th quickest. He'll look to pick it up. Radiant Ray not quite able to contend for that top spot. 6th quickest, 14.171. And that 43 machine, he'll take it back to the pit. Top runner at Riverhead Raceway, Gerard Giordano, coming out in the 15 limited late model. Giordano taking the green flag, first lap qualifying effort. Fifth quickest with a 14.063. Gerard Giordano, 13.678. That'll put him to the top of the board. Fastest late model out here so far today. They just one up each other one after another. As Joe Mancuso comes out. Races a lot in Race of Champions. Somebody to keep your eyes open. Always fast here on Turkey Derby weekend. Had a little trouble here last year, was a shoo-in to win this race last year. A little bit of bouncing off the rev limiter there as he comes by the start-finish line. Maybe things are not as they should be in that car. Some work to do for Joe Mancuso. That car usually fast here, but takes a little bit of luck as well. Just not rolling his way as he's going to head it up pit lane. Get it worked on. Mark Hudson from Norton, Massachusetts, coming out for his qualifying effort in the 82 car. Hudson looked fast in practice last weekend. We had 2 days worth of practice here at the Raceway. Hudson took advantage of those. Looked quick then, looks quick now. We'll see what he puts down for his first qualifying time. All that practice pays off. 7th quickest with a 14.136 for Mark Hudson. Going to jump up one more spot. That second qualifying lap to 6th fastest, a 13.884 for Mark Hudson. Phil Bogdan now on track in that red 21. Phil was a regular competitor here each and every week at Wall Stadium as part of the limited late model field. First lap for Phil Bogdan, 15.072. Going to want to get that number up there. That top position, Gerard Giordano at 13.678. Pushes the pace. 8th quickest for Phil Bogdan. It's a good comeback on that second lap as he was looking for a little extra speed. Jeremy Dorr now coming out from Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Runs street stocks there, outlaw stocks. Very successful racer. Jeremy Dorr's first lap, 13th quickest, a 15.793. Second time by, good enough to make him 11th quickest. Brian Doyle in the red 73 heading out onto the track, a weekly competitor here. 2 wins this year at Wall Stadium for Brian Doyle. Certainly last but not least here in the qualifying order. That fast time again, Gerard Giordano, 13.678. Let's see what Brian can do here as he heads off for his first lap. Gets a little out of shape there off the exit of turn 2. First lap in the books here for him, 9th quickest, a 14.170. You could hear him bobbling that throttle a little bit as he got around. Getting his foot down this time by, sounds good, smooth, ready to rock. Ready to rock indeed. Brian Doyle goes to the top of the board. Will sit on the pole, 13.554. Comes in at the very end, steals it away from Gerard Giordano. That'll wrap things up here for qualifying in the limited late models and qualifying for the day here. We've got feature races coming your way here shortly. Feature races coming here around